Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat, and I am very, very proud to announce that it seems that our efforts are paying off because I have just got this in my mail. It is 3:46 a.m. on the Friday morning. It has been well over 24 hours since Season 10 went up, and we have finally got the missing XP for returning players. So let's see here. I did level myself up to level 11. That was entirely by myself. We're on 48,421. I should have already been well into level 11, but let's go ahead and see how much this missing experience for the returning players actually is. So I'm going to just screenshot that because that's probably going to be the thumbnail. That's 500 credits. Oh, there we go. And 60,000 experience. My goodness. And that has taken us all the way up to level 15. Which means we are now into the detention tier as well, which is absolutely wonderful and fantastic. They've also given us 500 credits, just as an apology. So it says, includes missing experience from Season 10 transition, plus bonus credits / experience, and then brackets, apologies for the inconvenience. Now this is what we've been waiting for. Now they refused to do anything, but when we started the play, don't pay section, that seemed to get them moving a little bit faster. So that is absolutely wonderful to see. And you can see there, we have leveled all the way up from level 11 all the way up to level 15. So let's get these rewards. Let's see, we'll claim this. We have got a Tempest table. Well, it's new at least. Let's lock it down. And a manager sensational sherry. Oh my goodness, I almost couldn't say that. But that is also very, very cool. It's plus 12 to toughness and speed for the deck, and that's at level 0, so I'm sure it will get even stronger. We have a Tempest female, I believe. There we go. It is Kalani Jordan. I believe she is in NXT. I'm going to lock that down as well. And this one contains one of the following detention. It is a Julius Creed. Very cool. So we got a whole load of things there. It also gave us another 2,105 experience. So seems like we are finally now able to actually play Season 10 after so much time spent waiting. Because originally I was in refusal to play because, you know, I didn't want to go wasting my time and getting Pantheon cards, and in the end I I continued playing, haven't spent any money, and very deliberately so, but we have managed to get quite a few things. So first off, we have some things to pro. We have our Fusion Tyler Bates, they are now ready, so let's just combine those. We're going to combine it with the other one that is level 100, and we're going to use Chain, because it is the better card. And there we go, there is the Pro animation for the Pantheon Fusions. And we can also fortify one him as well. So I'm going to lock that one down, and we're going to unlock this one. And we are going to fortify. This one doesn't need to have his 100 matches. And there we are, he's now level 105. There he is, fully leveled. We can also pro our Rhea Ripleys. At least we could, if there wasn't something stopping them. So, they're in different things. So we're just going to remove from there, and then And we're going to keep the other image, so combine this one, and we're going to keep Overrun. There we are, there is our Pro Pantheon Rhea Ripley. So like, we are finally getting some movement. We have our 2 roses that we got from the previous video, but we have some other new things that we can now train up. So let's see here, trainable, and let's see what we have. It's going to lock down our Rhea Ripley as well. Now these detention cards are absolutely ginormous, as we saw in the previous video. We also have our Sensational Sherry and our table. So, well, we don't need this Pantheon table anymore because we have a better one. Let's go into details, and you can still change the image on them. That is what I want to check. Oh, that looks weird. It's got the lightning coming off it as well. Interesting, but I think I'm going to stick with the new table. That is the one that I'm going to go with. As for the Sensational Sherry, we are going to have to go to support, and we're going to get the other Sensational Sherry, who is where? There she is. The last one we had was at WrestleMania 39, and it was a fortified one. So we can now train up this one. Oh, we do have a few other cards that I'm getting rid of as well. So let's just use a Sensational Sherry on a Sensational Sherry. My goodness, if you try to say that too many times, it just turns it into nonsense. And she now gives 24 to toughness and speed to the entire deck, which is ginormous. Am I going to train up this table? I think I might have to. It sucks. Tables generally are kind of crap because they only do one thing, it's only to power, but I guess that's what we're doing. So let's go ahead and use up this Becky Lynch here. There we go, it takes off minus 82 from an opponent's power. What else do we have? Let's go back into trainable. Okay, so we want to train up these cards as well. So we're going to train up our Julius Creed. We're going to get rid of this Carrying Cross because he is not required any longer. And there you go, there is our very, very powerful Julius Creed. We'll train up Kalani Jordan. And we're also going to train up our Rhea Ripley by getting rid of this Raquel Rodriguez. There we are, maximum level of 105. So we're down to 430 over 450 spaces. Let's take a quick look at our general. And you can see there that our strongest card is actually Becky Lynch, followed by Rick Steiner. Julius Creed is actually a little bit weaker than what Rick Steiner is. So that's interesting to see. They're both on level 100, and although Rick Steiner has 2 matches, it's not enough to give him any power boost. But it just goes to show that Julius Creed is a little bit weaker than Rick Steiner, but Becky Lynch is actually right up there. Much, much more powerful than the other ones. Where is the rest of our cards? We've also got a Tempest John Cena that I got as well. And Tempest Montez Ford, Grayson Waller. There is Kalani Jordan right there. We'll have to go through those a little bit later on and see what ones it is that we are keeping and what ones we're getting rid of. But I have also kept the draft board, and we now have 52 of these. So I think if we get a pool here, it should be a tier pool. I think that's how this works. So we might get another detention card. There we go. Because the first one you get is, oh, it is 1, 2, 3, kid. That is Sean Waltman. That is X-Pac. That is 6, depending on where you know him from. But that is a very, very cool card to get. I'm just going to continue going through a few more of these, and then we're going to train up our Sean Waltman, or our X-Pac, our 1, 2, 3. And we will see just how powerful he becomes. There we are. That is another 2,000 experience. So we're going to lock down our 1, 2, 3 kid. And we're just going to dust the rest of these because we do not need them. And let's train up our 1, 2, 3 kid. So, whereabouts is he trainable? And first off, let's go into details and see if we have some better images for him. There is, of course, X-Pac, or X-Pac. He went through a few different names. There's other 1, 2, 3 kid images. And of course, this is him as part of the NWO, part as Mr. 6, called so because he was the 6th member. Personally, I always knew him as X-Pac, so I think that's probably what I'm going to go with. I quite like that X-Pac one there. That one just, the colour's obviously very, very faded on it. That's almost like a transition phase between 1, 2, 3 Kid and X-Pac there. But no, this is the one that I'm going to go with. And let's train him up. So generally it tends to just be one of these is all that's required. And there he goes, there he is all the way up to level 100. Now this one says Raw and SmackDown on it. So let's see whereabouts that sits. And oh, you can see that X-Pac is actually a lot higher up than what Julius Creed is. So I'm not sure what it is. I mean, this is obviously like has the legend rank here because Rick Steiner is of an older era, but so was 1, 2, 3 Kid. But Julius Creed being one of the newer competitors, obviously on NXT formerly and now just moved up to Raw. They've made him a little bit weaker. I think they're giving a bit of a rub to the older legends here, but very cool to see. And you can see that on level 0, this isn't even a pro, this is just a single. They are actually stronger than our double heroics and our ranked cards from Pantheon tier. And of course, these are just detention. Above detention is Noir, and above even Noir, you have the highest tier, which is over here. I'll let you see it. There it is. There is the Crucible, and those are going to be mega, mega huge. So, very, very cool. And that, of course, does help out the deck. So let's go ahead into Soul World Order. Now, this is one of the interesting things here, because this here, your team deck, is actually still based on the strength of your cards. So if I put in 1, 2, 3 Kid, well, you didn't really see much change there. Let's swap out Miss Elizabeth. And we'll swap out Second Wind for this. But if I were to go and do something like this, let's just go into females actually. Then you can see that it does change a tiny bit there. That actually wasn't as much as what I was expecting. Let's go ahead and swap this out for the Sami Zayn. You can see that it does change it by a tiny amount. So really want to try and get this up as quickly as possible. And I think in order for us to get into detention tier, we're going to need a whole load. You can see there that Big Boss Man, he has got himself 2 of the Carl Anderson, and if you want 2 of those Carl Andersons, all you need to do is go over here into the Superstore, and you can buy 2 of them yourself. There they are, that is brand new Noir tier. I'm not going to do that myself, I'm going to hold off on that, because in 2 weeks time, you can see there in Superstore, in 14 days and 16 hours, that is going to swap over to a new card, and hopefully it'll be a Crucible, and I think it will also be a Money in the Bank card, or a PLE card as they like to call it, and it's probably going to be based around Survivor Series, which is happening in 2 weeks as well. Well, it's a week on Saturday is when it happens. It's actually a week tomorrow, it's in 8 days, my goodness. I don't know why that was so difficult for me. So, that is something to look forward to there. So I'm going to keep my super coins there for just now. Now, of course, in the team events and Team Battleground, we haven't started it yet. You can see the rewards only gives you 400 super coins, which is significantly less than it used to. I think it used to be 1200, so you get a third of what you used to, which means that getting anything out of the Superstore is going to be a hell of an uphill battle, at least in the beginning. I don't know if that's going to change. Presumably, when the team levels up, that might change in itself. Another thing, so that's something that I'm hoping Supercard might change, because dropping us down to a third of the prizes seems a little bit crazy. Another thing that I've heard many complaints about is the PvPs, that when you're playing these, that people are finding the opponents to be incredibly powerful, like going up against decks that are much stronger than themselves. So hopefully they will take that feedback into consideration and make some edits there. But I am very happy that we now have the experience that we were rightly owed, and we can now actually begin this brand new Season 10, because up until now I've been holding back, and I think there's still a lot of problems that need to happen, a lot of problems that need to be fixed. I don't think they are out of the woods yet. I really don't like that the Battle Pass costs $28.99. I feel like it should be £10 cheaper than that. And one of my good friends, Baron, who you may see on the Discord on occasion, he said that he's played other mobile phone games that have done similar things, and the equivalent of the Battle Pass or any kind of premium monthly thing, what these companies tend to do is they tend to slowly increase the price, and so long as they meet the quota and enough people buy it, then they can just continue to increase the price until it gets to the point where people aren't buying it, and then they lower it for the next one. So personally, I think $28.99 is asking a bit too much for this. Also, we have the Black Friday sale going up in 2 weeks, and I suspect that you might see a sale on Black Friday for this premium pass, especially if people aren't buying it. So I would certainly hold off on buying the Battle Pass for just now. Also, of course, remember that the Becky Lynch is not Crucible. She is, I think if I go over here you can see it. Nope. There is a way to see the Battle Pass. Yep, there it is. It's down there. It's down at the bottom. I'm still getting used to the new hub, but this Becky Lynch, she is only Noir. Now, Noir is going to be absolutely very powerful, very strong for everyone that is just starting Season 10, of course. And it is a unique image. It's not just a basic Noir card, so it has that going for it. But it is weaker than even your basic Crucibles. Like, these stats here are significantly higher than your Battle Pass Becky Lynch. So do be aware that the card is immediately outdated the second that you reach that highest tier peak. And if you get any Pro Crucible, it's going to immediately obliterate that Becky Lynch out of the water. So do bear that in mind, folks, if you are planning to buy it. However, if it was me, and I am me, I will hold off and wait. I also am going to wait for Black Friday to see if there's any deals. I think it was very nice of them to give us 500 credits. I think that was a necessary requirement, because I have lost over an entire day where I have not been playing, and I've seen all my teammates getting ahead of me, getting all these new tier picks, getting all these new cards that I wasn't allowed to join in on. I also saw that there is still people that are having problems actually logging into the game, even including one of my teammates, SAQ. Shout outs to SAQ. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but is it just Sack, or whether it's it's supposed to be individual letters, but shout outs to him. So he was having a rough time of it. He still wasn't able to log in. It was still giving him the error problems and things. And I think Cat Daddy does still have a lot of issues to fix, particularly with the matchmaking. I think people preferred fighting against bots in PvP rather than fighting against actual people. So I think that might be a thing that people would like to go back to. The problem with playing against an actual person is that it takes a lot longer, whereas if you're against a bot, it's just instantaneous movements. So there's that as well. In terms of this Road to Glory, I haven't spent any money on it. I've not got any point dollars. The tech is incomplete because there was previously the Rhea Ripley in there that I was trading up, and now that she is trained up, I don't need to do that. So we'll throw in Kalani Jordan instead. I think this is her first card, yeah, because she has no alternate image. So that's very, very cool. But I'm not going to waste credits on this because, first of all, there is no heroic for this Road to Glory. Yeah, it's the first Road to Glory. And people have been saying that the second that they get onto Elton Prince, that they are having problems, that they are finding it difficult to win games. Now, there is still 3 days and 17 hours left, but it seems that if you want to get up to like Tony D'Angelo or even to Andre Trace, Andre is just French for Andrew, if you didn't know. If you want to get up to that stage, it seems like if you want to try and get the Andre Trace, you're going to need a pretty much a team of pro Crucibles if you intend to even +3 or +6 your way through it. Otherwise, you're going to be relying on +1s and +2s for 325 games, which is an incredible ask, to say the least. It is not something that I will be doing. But this is what WWE Supercard tends to do with the start of a new season. They tend to just give a kind of like throwaway Road to Glory or a throwaway something else, just to let people get into the game so that you don't feel like you're missing out on an event card if you can't get up to the highest tier within the first few days of the new season going up. So I do also appreciate that they've taken that into consideration, and it was voted on the WWE Supercard Discord that the first event card is going to be Eddie Guerrero, and presumably he's also going to be Crucible, so that is something to look forward to. I don't think it's going to be next week. I think next week there's just going to be another throwaway event, and then the week after that is maybe where we're going to see our first big Crucible event card, and that will be interesting to say the least. But it does certainly seem like WWE Supercard are making amends, which I am very, very pleased with. So I am hereby officially stopping the play, don't pay movement, because getting the experience was one of the big things. However, if you are still unhappy with the game, and I do recommend waiting until Black Friday before you spend any money. That's what I'm going to be doing. But if you want to jump in, if you want to start spending money again, by all means. But I would hold off until Black Friday and see what special deals show up. And if there isn't any special deals, maybe after Black Friday, then you can use all your money. But if you want to jump in and use your money to get your credits and such beforehand, then, you know, now I think is a good time to do so, because it does seem that we've made our point. It does seem that WWE Supercard has taken notice, and they have indeed began to fix the problems. So I think there's certainly some teething issues. I personally will not be buying the Battle Pass. Not for this Noir Becky Lynch. If you want to go for it, by all means, feel free. However, be aware that if a lot of people buy this Battle Pass, the next Battle Pass is going to be more expensive. or the same price. If not very many people buy the Battle Pass, the next Battle Pass might come along as cheaper if they realise that maybe they've set the bar too high and made it too expensive for what it is. And that is my advice on that, on the Battle Pass. So, personally, I am very, very happy. I have got up to detention tier. I do still have 345 tickets, and you can see there that because I'm in detention tier, I can get anywhere up to random noir cards, detention cards, Tempest. I can still unfortunately get Pantheon and SummerSlam 23, which I really don't want. So I think we're going to hold off until I get to Noir, so that I have the chance of getting the highest tier card, of course, which is Crucible. And it'll also remove that SummerSlam off of that as well. Now, it's going to take a while for me to get up to that point, because we are currently here on 112,000, and we need to get to over 204,000, which is 90,000 experience to level ourselves up to Noir. So that's a bit of an ask. If you really wanted to, there is other methods that you can use rather than just playing the game. You can just spend a lot of credits using the 2 ways to win. Each one of those will give you a lot of experience as well. You can go into here, you can use all of your credits to get through some of these. You can even get yourself the Pro Carl Anderson. That will also give you experience and may level you up a little bit as well. However, I am going to hold off for the time being and just level up a bit more, and then once I get to a higher level, then I'll see what I want to get myself. And I'm also going to wait 2 weeks before using the rest of my credits, and hopefully this will have swapped out into something very, very cool from Survivor Series, maybe with a Survivor Series theme or Survivor Series background or such, which is going to be very cool. That's what I'm hoping for. 2 weeks might pass, it might still just be a Noir card. I don't know. I don't work for WWE Supercard, which is evident by the events that have led up to just now, that I wasn't even able to properly play until just recently, until just now, actually, this video. So, but as Bruce Banner, the Hulk, said, I take this as an absolute win. I think we have seen some progress, and hopefully, like, Supercard aren't just going to stop there, give everyone the experience and just go, we're just going to let the rest of the problems lie. Hopefully this is them taking steps and measures to fixing the rest of the problems as well. And it just goes to show that if we all come together, if we all unite, things get done. And I'm very, very pleased with that. And that is going to be it for this little video, folks. I really hope you all enjoyed. I'm also hoping that Season 10 only gets better from now. We had a horrible, horrible start. Hopefully they fix the matchmaking. That is the next thing that I would like to see fixed. Hopefully they fix the pricing. I would like to see that fixed. And I think I would like to see the bots back just to speed up PvP. I haven't played the PvP things. At least I haven't played them very much. You see there that got up to 109. That was literally just to do these quests. And that was just so I had tickets to show off to you guys once I get myself up to Noir level. But we shall see. We shall see what Supercard do. Hopefully they listen to what the fans want. And hopefully, if they actually do make the changes, then we will hopefully see a lot of the fans that were thinking about quitting, including myself. I was absolutely prepared to quit. We will hopefully see a lot of them return. We will see a healthy community on WWE Supercard, and hopefully they fix the pricing as well. And that's going to be it for this video, folks. I really hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking with me. And thank you all for your wonderful, wonderful comments. I'll be back to giving shout-outs once again, as now I'm a happy grand cat. I no longer feel defeated. I feel like we have accomplished things here. We've got ourselves up to detention. And we're going to try and make our way up to Noir, which is French for black. And anyone that speaks French, well, I literally just said, I eat the Tour of France, I don't speak French very well. But I can say it in a fairly convincing French accent, so long as you don't speak French. That's going to be it for this video, folks. Thank you all once again. It truly does warm this old Grand Cart's heart. Gah! I lost the ability to speak there. It truly does warm this old Grand Cat's heart, is what I was trying to say, to see everyone all come together in my little community. And we managed to achieve something here. So I'm very, very pleased with that. That's going to be it for this video for the 8th time. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.